Hi, I'm Michael Keating, and welcome to the next chapter. If you've ever wanted to be a star and didn't know quite how to go about it, stay tuned. This might be for you. Right after these words from Forge Fitness, let's get started.
Go! One. 2 minutes. Ready?
I am Forge Fit. I'm becoming Forge Fit.
I am Forge Fit.
I am Forge Fit.
I am Forge Fit. I'm Forge Fit.
We are Forge Fit.
Bring it down, right here. Yeah.
Hi, welcome back. This is Mike. Again, thank you to Forge Fitness for sponsoring our show. Without you, we couldn't do this. And without you, the audience, we couldn't do this. So if you, at the end of the thing, if you like what you see, like us, share us, and give us comments. Anyway, we're here with the cast from, whether it's the best Christmas show or the worst Christmas show, we don't know. What is it?
It's called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever by Barbara Robinson.
Okay.
It's been performed all over the country. First time here for Pigeon Forge area.
Okay.
And we're excited. We opened last night, and the opening night was phenomenal.
So, but how would you know? I mean, in the show, everything goes wrong. Is that correct? Yeah. So, if you had a terrible opening night, it only makes the show better.
Right, but it went as planned. Let's say that.
Went as planned. Okay. Well, there you go.
It looks like chaos on stage, but it's carefully choreographed with 43 cast members. 33 are kids. And
That's chaos just waiting to happen.
Exactly.
Like putting cats into a room.
Exactly.
Well, first of all, let me introduce you guys. Introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Ron Solomon.
Ron Solomon, and you're the director of the show.
Yes. I've
Very
directed
cool.
in Houston for 12 years, moved here a year ago, live in Wares Valley near Pigeon
Wow.
Forge, and I thought in my retirement I've got to stay creative.
In your retirement, please.
I found out about creative theater, and I thought, I want to direct some shows, and asked the board if I could, and they've allowed me to direct three shows this year.
Yeah, which shows have you done?
We did Winnie the Pooh.
I saw that. It was great.
And then we did Seussical the Musical.
Saw that. It was great.
And then they did a couple other musicals, and I took a little break, and now we're doing this Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
Oh, there you go. So that's great. I'll see this one tonight, actually. I'm
Yeah.
going to go there, and I'm actually going to usher for you guys. I'm going to go say, your seat's number A12 over here on the left-hand side. So
We're
there you
looking
go.
for packed houses.
There, you always are.
Yeah.
You always are. The community theater, if you haven't seen it before, if you've never been to the community theater, go. First of all, it's some of the best theater you're going to find, not even just locally. I mean, if you're going for regional theater, even national touring companies and stuff like that, there are real standouts in this show, in this theater. Yeah. And that I watched the Addams Family this last time around, and many of these people from the Addams Family are solid standouts.
Oh, yeah.
And that they could easily go on to Broadway stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we're not ignoring you. Now, we've got, to my right-hand side, I've got a beautiful lady here. And now, what's your first name? Or what's your name?
Samantha White.
Samantha White.
And I play Alice in the Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
Now, is that a lead part here, or is that
And I think it's considered a supporting role.
a supporting role? Okay. So what do you do? What does Alice do?
Well, my character is the stuck-up, snobby type, and she always gets married, but when...
She always gets married?
Mary.
Oh, married. Okay, I was about to say, you're too young to be married.
The part of Mary the pageant.
Ah.
And they've done this pageant year after year after year. The lady is laid up with a broken leg who usually directs.
Okay.
And they don't know who's going to direct this. Another
Okay.
lady volunteers to do it who has never done any kind of drama, but she has 2 kids that would normally be in it.
Uh-huh.
So she says, if it's not going to happen, I'll do it. And then the Herdmans, 6 kids from the other side of the tracks,
Uh-huh.
only knew Jesus as a cuss word, didn't know the Bible story behind Christmas and all the rest. They come and they think there's donuts, and that's why they come to church. And they take all the lead parts because nobody wants them anymore except possibly Alice, because it's done the same way year after year after year. So Alice accidentally tells Imogene, one of those Herdman girls, that she's always Mary.
Ah.
And Imogene says, sort of, over my dead body.
Oh, so Mary has being happy.
There's where the conflict starts.
But
tell them what you finally end up playing in the pageant, because Imogene gets to be Mary.
I finally end up playing a donkey at the end.
Oh, okay. There are jokes being made with that, but I'm not going to make any of them. Okay, but now the really big question.
She's never the back end. She's just the donkey. It's a one-person donkey.
But now the really big question: was there donuts?
No
donuts.
No.
So they didn't even get donuts.
No.
Boy.
Somebody was bragging that they get donuts at church because they knew the Herdmans wouldn't come, but they showed up.
Well, bottom line, I mean, I'm joking a little bit about this, but the creative theater is an amazing thing. I wish I had this when I was a kid, because I had to learn acting off the streets. You know, I mean, there's street actors teaching you how to act and all that stuff, and that's how I learned. And actually, I've been very lucky because I got a chance to do movies and TV and a bunch of other stuff along the way. But it's only from sheer force of will and really stupid directors because that happened to cast me for things. Because you know, I didn't get the training I would have liked to have gotten. And with community theater, you guys are actually really getting the training.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's well, you're yourself. It's not so much even directing. You're a teacher. You're actually teaching them how to act, what to do, what marks are, how to play with the audience and stuff like that.
Samantha has done quite a bit of theater, and we have a few other kids in the show who have.
Yeah.
But many of the kids, this is their first play.
Yeah.
They may have done skits at church, or they may have done a little pageant at church or something, but they've never done a full play. We've had kids go to one class, an improvisational class, so they know how to improvise, but they don't know the discipline of using a script and actually working from a script.
Memorizing.
Yep.
And memorizing. That's a huge deal.
Yep. But these kids have done a wonderful job, and you almost can't tell who's not had the experience and who has. We try to bring everybody up in another level.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited.
Well, that's one of the things, too, because quite often when you're doing a show, like you're doing a show here, and you have really good talent, and you have some that's not quite as good, it does look really disjointed. And because this one's so good, this one looks so much worse, and vice versa, and everything else. So, but I've been to see the Seussical, I've been to see Horton, I've been to see Addams Family, all these other shows that you guys have there, and they all play on the same level. They all play really well, and that's not easy. That's very difficult for you to do.
No, that's the goal, and that's just not me. It's our whole crew.
Yeah.
Nobody is paid at Creative Theater, but that is community theater.
Yeah,
but we have some wonderful people helping us with tech and building sets, and Samantha's parents really helped us behind the scenes a lot. In fact, her mom's one of the stage managers, and they are our honorary volunteers of the month because they've done so much to make sure this production happened. So the sets look quality. And
if they did that much, how come you didn't get the part of Mary? I would have lobbied for that part of Mary then.
Well, Imogene in the play threatens her with something. You might tell him what it is if she goes ahead and tries to play Mary. You want to tell him what she threatens to do?
She threatens to put a pussy willow down my ear.
Well, I could see that not being pleasant. Yeah.
And have it grow and grow and grow until she can't get it out. So she decides not to volunteer for the part.
Oh.
And Imogene gets it by default.
I would just take it out. that's just me. I don't know. That seems like a fairly easy thing to do. But I see how you have to do that in the play to make that work. Now, you have a large cast, first of all. We talked about this a little bit. It's like herding cats, that whenever you have that many kids.
Yeah, 33 of them, ranging ages from 7 to about 18. And I think we have about 10 adults.
Wow.
Playing the lady who directs it and her husband and some of the other characters.
So about 43 all told.
Yeah.
And wow, that's a big cast.
Yep. But they just work really well as a team, and they've covered for each other, and somebody forgets a line, as you know, in professional theater, somebody's got to pick up that line. And
You know, strangely enough, that even happens in TV, and where TV we can start and we can stop and everything else. Most of the time they don't. Most of the time they don't stop. They just keep on going, and sometimes the line will be funnier, or it will be better, or whatever, and they just, but those drop lines, what they call drop lines in there, they happen, and you just keep on. It's like, oh, now what do I say?
Yeah.
And quite often you can play off of them.
Yeah.
You know, they'll drop a line, and you can play off of that until you get back to the
that
the real
happened
play.
last night.
I would think.
Some
Yeah,
very
yeah.
funny moments.
So what's the funniest thing that's happened backstage yet on this?
Backstage or on stage?
Well, either one. I mean, what's
Well, we don't want
in
to
a
give too much
show-
away on stage.
well, a
but
show about bloopers? You actually have real bloopers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And that. So what's did the safe fall on anybody? Did anybody fall through a trap? Did they?
Well, there have been a couple times when one of the boys pretends to punch the other, and he hits the bench, but then he falls backwards. Didn't hurt himself. Or they're running off. The Herdmans are running off because they're playing with the body of Jesus. The head is popped off.
Yeah.
And it's a baby doll. And they go wide, and they're playing like a football thing, and keep away also from the director.
Okay.
And then when they run off, several of them fell on the way off.
Oh,
And
no.
it was a carpeted area just before they left. And nobody got hurt, but it was so funny to see them kind of collapse over each other and then get up and pull each other up and continue to run off so the teacher can't get the doll back. So that's the kind of chaos, organized chaos that just happens throughout
Yeah,
the play.
anytime you're doing live theater, no matter what it is, whether it's, in my case, I do magic shows and stuff like that, but, and we've had everything happen. I used to be with Copperfield for years, and we had, like the Death Saw, the weights would go through the stage, we had people fall off the back of the thing, we've had, so many things. We could go on for days and days and days. People don't think about any of that stuff. And if you're good, like you guys are good, it's like, I saw the Addams Family. And when I saw the Addams Family, somebody did a turn and walked, boom, smack dab into a set. And obviously hit it hard. And just played it off like, oh, okay, well, there's a set there, okay. And it walked around it and played it off, and the audience laughed, and it went around it.
Looks like it's planned.
Yeah, it looked like it's planned.
Yep.
It looked like it was part of this whole thing.
Yep.
And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. And I'm sure you guys have done that. You've probably been caught in things where you go, now what do I do? And you have to figure out some way to get out of it real quick. That's so. What's happening with you? What is your biggest memory of something like that?
Even a past play. Do you remember something going on that shouldn't have, and you had to cover and keep going? And
Quite a few of them, someone dropped a line, you just had to pick it right up.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't quite fit your character, you just had to work around it.
Well, there you go.
Like you'd reword it or whatever, just so that way the next person had their cue for a line, and their line was funnier than the line before or whatever. But that's probably one of the funnier-ish things.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
can be
know.
really funny, actually, because you have to come up with stuff, again,
Yeah.
right off the top of your head.
Improv.
Improv, yeah. Well, that's part of it. I mean, you guys actually teach improv classes and stuff over there. Yeah. And now let's go into that for just a second here, and I want to get back to the show in here in a second, but let's go ahead about creative theater, a couple of things really quick. You guys are teaching dance classes over there. You're teaching improv classes. What all do you teach over there? What all do you do over there?
Well, they've got voice classes,
Yeah.
instrumental classes, dance. We want to add some more acting classes. We've had some not seminars, but where you come for 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday, an intensive, and
Yeah.
do an intensive on improv
Yeah.
or acting, taught by different kinds of teachers. But some of them may just be in the area.
See, that's amazing to me because I never had that as a kid. I never was able to actually go out and do the classes that I wanted to take. I lived in Idaho during my formative type things, and luckily I was driven, and a lot of kids, are driven, but they don't pursue it in the right ways or whatever. Luckily I was driven, and I pushed myself into things, and actually notched out a nice little career. But I ache to do what you guys are doing. To have the opportunities you have right now are amazing, and I hope you enjoy them because it's not out there for everybody. There's very few things as good as this community theater anywhere.
Well, a lot of schools, middle schools, elementary schools, they don't have drama.
No.
They may have some art, they may have some music, and oftentimes if the country's hurting financially, whatever,
Yeah.
guess what gets cut first?
Well, yeah.
The arts budget.
Yeah, and even if they do have an arts budget, it's not that much. I remember when I was in high school and stuff, we did car washes and everything else just to get enough money to build the sets and stuff. Well, you guys got that there already. You've got the infrastructure already there. All you really have to do is go and learn and become really good at it, which, you know, God bless them, that's a great thing. That's a really good thing.
And we're nonprofit, so
Yeah.
we're not charging a whole lot for tickets to make it affordable for families to come to the show.
Yeah.
But we are looking for sponsorship, you know, from local businesses and so on to help us out, to rent the theater, to pay the lights, all of that.
Yeah, and they can do that too. They can also rent the theater for functions, probably, can they
Yep.
not? Yeah, and that helps your bottom line because it's not cheap to put together a show. Trust me, I've done it many times. It's and Robert's in the background there choking as we speak. No, it's not cheap at all to put on a show.
No.
And that and it's not easy to put on a show. Everybody goes there and they say, "Oh, that was really, really good. Oh, like my kid or these kids did great." They don't realize everything that goes into it, picking the stuff, getting the music, getting the people organized, the schedules, the setting the sets, the costumes, the advertising. I can go on and on forever. I mean, insurance and everything else that goes into just putting that little production on.
Exactly.
And that. So anyway, let's go back to what the show is here. The show here is I know you started last night.
Yep.
And it's got a very, very limited run. I mean, this is only like 3 days, right?
It's just this weekend, so it opened on the
Wow.
6th. It runs through the 9th, which is Sunday.
Yeah.
We have 7 o'clock shows tonight and tomorrow night, and a 3 o'clock show on Sunday.
Now, are you completely sold out already?
No, there's still available tickets.
Okay, cool. What days can they come that gets good tickets?
I think tickets are available all of those performances.
Oh, wow.
I would suggest they get them ahead of time if possible.
Yeah.
They can go on our website, which is creativetheater.com, and theater is spelled with an ER, not an RE, you know, just
Yeah.
so you don't have trouble finding us.
Yeah, we're doing it the American way.
They
Yeah,
can also
the
call, which I think is 865-888-6311, and they
Okay.
can reserve tickets that way.
Okay,
Or
give
they
us the
can
number
come early
again.
and buy them at the door.
Give us the number again, slower.
It's 865-888-6311.
Yeah, because that goes by so quickly.
Yep. And to let people know, it's on Music Mountain Drive,
Uh-huh.
125 Music Mountain Drive, which is just off of Teaster.
Yeah.
If people know their way around Pigeon Forge. Teaster intersects at the Biblical Times and also CVS.
Yeah.
Right there.
It used to be the old Majestic Theater. It used to be the old Eagle Mountain Theater.
Exactly.
And anybody that's lived here for any length of time
Would know it.
With those. In fact, I used to do my show, a whole magic show up there. The
Really?
Masters of Magic up at that theater.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
people can't miss it either now because it's a bright yellow and blue, which matches our logo. And,
Yeah, you did that for Seussical, didn't you?
I think it was about the time they painted
Yeah,
it.
because that's very Seussical colors.
Yep. And there's
that-
a sign right there that's advertised as Best Christmas Pageant ever, and so on. You can't miss it.
I actually was looking at that the other day and thought, this is brilliant. And brilliant to have it in these colors and stuff like that because it's been this big white building forever. Mm-hmm. And nobody sees it up there against all the other white and brick buildings and everything else. And I thought, this is brilliant.
Well, and it's phenomenal to have our
yellow,
own
it's
space.
blue.
We've only been performing actual shows for a year. And to have your own space, when I was directing for 12 years, we still had to rent auditoriums from junior highs and high schools in Houston. And so you had to work around their schedule and all the rest. You only had a week on the set.
Well, that's...
Here, you have weeks on the set in between other shows.
And that's actually more than you know. That's a huge deal because, I've done that myself. And we've had to rehearse in this space, then like the night of the show, go to that space. And the acoustics are different, the feel is different, the temperature is different, the
adapting
walls
to
are
a bigger stage or smaller stage.
or anything else. Yeah, it's huge.
Well, these kids have been on that set for at least 3 weeks, I think, maybe 3.5. And you get used to using the doors and the platforms and all the rest.
Where the
instead of just-
bathrooms are, and and where to hide your little brother if you need to. You can put him in that closet over there, and you won't
Great
see him for a
dressing
week.
rooms in the back.
Yeah.
We got 2 for the girls and 1 for the boys because there's so many girls in the show, and some of the girls are playing boys. Can't get as many boys out as you can girls oftentimes, so we need more boys.
Yeah, so
in all our shows.
If you're a guy that's looking to go into acting, get a hold of these guys.
Exactly.
Especially if you're like in middle school or high school or whatever.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And if you're looking at actually going into acting and stuff like that for a living, because at least once a week, I have somebody coming to me and say, well, I want to go to New York and become an actor, and I try to discourage them because at any given time there's 2,500 jobs in New York for actors, and that's not even actors, that's for the publicity people and everything else, and there's literally 3 million people looking for those jobs. It's crazy. Your chances of getting any job there are slim and none. So I tell them go places that they can't. Now we're running out of time here. I'm afraid because again the time's gone quickly, but let's again go through. Now you're here for the whole weekend.
Yep.
And give us the times one more time.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night. 3 o'clock on Sunday. That's our last show, so you've got to come this weekend.
Oh, you're not doing it 7 o'clock on Sunday then?
No, just at 3 o'clock.
Wow.
And a lot of the older people don't like driving at night, so it's nice to have at least one matinee, or if you've got kids that need to get a nap or something. Our show runs about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, 20-minute intermission, so you're not going to be out long.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful to celebrate Christmas this way. And it comes down to the true meaning of Christmas at the very end. It may be chaotic and one of the funniest plays I've ever directed. I directed this every other year for years in Houston. So it's not my first time. But it is so funny. But at the very end, there's just some sweet, tender moments where Mary especially, Imogene, finally gets that this doll is a baby and that it really is Jesus.
And it has a head.
Some people, and it has a head. And I bet you there's been so much laughter, but then there's a few tears at the end where people, it's just so much. We hear Mary, Did You Know, in the background, played by a clarinet by one of our girls.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's just beautiful. So,
and it is a musical, not just a straight play.
No, it's
just
a straight play.
Oh,
comedy.
I didn't know that. So
we do sing a few carols as the little angel chorus, while the shepherds are coming in, or the wise men, and we ask the audience to sing a couple carols with us as if they're the congregation.
Well, there you go.
And then a guy comes up as the pastor and closes out the service. And it's just wonderful.
Well, it sounds like a fun time, and I'm glad you guys got a chance to be here. I actually thought we were going to have a lot of the cast here as well, and they're all going to be back at me, but nope, nothing back at me. So we're glad you guys are here. If you guys get a chance to, please come see the show. And again, thank you to Forge Fit for sponsoring our show, because again, we wouldn't be here. And again, if you get a chance to, if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube, like us, love us, share us, and please comment. Let us know what you want to see and what you don't want to see. This is a little departure from us because normally we're doing a show about health and fitness and everything else, and you guys are really healthy and really fit, but this is actually more about your hopes and dreams and what you can be. So
fitness for the soul.
Fitness for the soul. So we're glad you guys are here, and thank you again, and we'll see you next time here on the next chapter. Bye-bye, everybody.
Go! One. 2 minutes. Ready?
I am Forge Fit. I'm becoming Forge Fit.
I am Forge Fit.
I am Forge Fit.
I am Forge Fit. I'm Forge Fit.
We are Forge Fit.